Damage per minute. Some people think it is the most important value in World of Tanks. Is it? Well, we're going to be putting that to the test today. In front of us, we have the Tier 10 Polish Tech Tree tank destroyer, the Błyskawica. And this vehicle has basically the highest damage per minute in the game. And I have taken that a step further by running Gun Rammer, by running vents, and by running a directive of vents. We are also running food, and in field modification, we are running the extra ammo rack reconfiguration, which gives us a 3% DPM buff. When you add all of this together, it gives our Błyskawica 4,936 effective damage per minute, making this by far the highest DPM in the game. Now, does that mean that this is going to be a dangerous tank? Well, yes. The armor is also pretty good, and so is the mobility. But the question is, would it be better suited if I gave the tank other buffs? The problem is, giving my tank the maximum amount of damage per minute has reduced my crew protection by 20%. I've also lowered my hit points by 2%. So there are advantages and disadvantages to everything. Personally, I think that sacrificing a bit of damage per minute and having the crew protection and having the hit points is a bit better, because I'd rather live longer than deal a teeny bit more damage. But we're going to see how the Błyskawica fares in Oyster Bay. Up against us, we have a 60 TP, 57 heavy. Apart from that, M103 and a T10 and a T54E1 for heavies. Okay, well, we are, wow, at a 9-second reload. Almost 10. It's 9.86, but that's insane. The fact that we are sitting at less than a 10-second reload for 800 damage. That means that we, with our first shell loaded, can deal 1,600 potential damage in just 10 seconds. That is wild, and obviously showcases just how dangerous the Błyskawica can be. The other crazy part is that because the reload's so fast, you can easily swap between whatever shell you want to shoot. Now, I am going to be loading gold because there's literally no disadvantage to it. It has better shell velocity, it has more penetration. There's really no reason to load standard when you can load gold and do better. So we are going to start this game, and we're going to do a quick poke where our IS-7 is. Okay, here we go. And we're going to chill right here. This is a pretty good position early game just to, well, see if we can get any damage out. Unfortunately, we can see that our aiming time is nothing too impressive, but that does make sense because, again, we are sacrificing a lot to have this level of damage per minute. So if anything does poke this, we're going to chill right here, and this should be the best position possible. However, I'm going to make my way over to the enemy 60 TP and T54E1. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to help fight this brawl over here, because I think this will be a better spot. Give me some room, 60. Thank you. Okay, so we have the enemy 60 TP right in front of me, and we have the buff from Close Combat. We have the 54E1, which we actually managed to bounce. Is this 60 actually just... I was about to say, there's no way this 60 TP is just going to send that, right? Alright, well, we reload again, and, well, let's see what we can do. We got the 57 heavy in the back. Aiming, aiming, aiming. There you go. Our first pen of the game for 767 damage. And again, the wild part about this vehicle is the truly incredible scope of its DPM. Just like that, we've dealt another 700 damage to that 57 heavy. Just like that, we've done over 1,500 damage already, which is wild when you think about it. We have the 54E1, which, unfortunately, we do not hit. I'm just going to keep slinging shells. There's really no disadvantage to it. We're just going to chill here. And I'm just going to chill. And... no! Come on. We'll do it eventually. I mean, the 54E1 literally can't do anything to me. So it's not like I have to worry about him. We're just going to reload here. And... let's see what we can do. I'm just going to move right over here, and there you go. Finally a pen into his tank for 765. The T10 does shoot at me, but obviously is not able to get the shell out. I don't think that 54E1 is enjoying our company all too much. Oh, really? Wild. Well, that player's getting very lucky is what I will say, because we definitely have the ability to just torment that player if we can get our shot out. But there you go. We're already up to 3,000 damage now. That 60 TP's probably not enjoying my company all too much. And let's see if we can get a shell into the 54. Wow. That tank has way better armor than it should be, because it's getting a lot of bounces here that, in my opinion, it should not be getting. But, oh well. Alright, well, we got the T10 in the back, aiming. Nope, that shell does not hit. I mean, we can see there are advantages and disadvantages to every tank. And this tank's major disadvantage is just the accuracy right now. And this is why I personally like to go a little bit better accuracy than I do DPM. Because while I can rip out the damage, if I can't actually hit the shot, then it doesn't mean much, does it now? So, we got the 60 TP right in front of us, and no, not worth. Not worth at all. We have the T10, but the chance of hitting that is slim to none. We do have the T95 over here, and what I'm going to help out with the T95 very quickly, because I feel like this is a very easy maneuver to do. So I'm going to push right over to the T95. We're going to roll around the corner. Just give me a very brief moment, and there you go. 658 damage straight into his tank. Alright, and now we make our way back over to the Object 752 and help him out. So far, we've done pretty good. The 752 is going to be pushed, and we are going to help out as much as I can. Really, you're going to tunnel me? Alright, well, if you want to tunnel me, I will do you the favor, and, well, there you go, 670 damage. You know what's crazy? Even though that T10 has 440 damage per shot, we should realistically out-reload him here. Well, guess it doesn't matter if our teammate gets the clear. Okay, well, already we're up to 4,400 this game. Ah, that's fun. Okay, guess we're just going to be absolutely obliterated. Oh, well. I can't really say we made a huge misplay there. I just should have... Wow. Okay, then. Well, we were still spotted. Well, we still ended up winning the battle, so not too big of a deal. I actually thought that I was losing my mind for a moment in this game, because we went up against the enemy T54E1, and we can see that here. I guess that 54E1 is just the luckiest player ever. I was pretty confident that it has very little armor, and as we can see, this is exactly where I aimed, and yet apparently we couldn't cut through like 170 millimeters of armor multiple times. Oh well, little unfortunate. We still actually did top on our team in damage, and it was a little sad that we ended up getting nuked there. Unfortunately, it seems I was still spotted. I obviously was spotted when I crossed the one area, but did not realize that I was still spotted when crossing the other gap, which sucked, because I could have done a bit more damage that game. I mean, the game was obviously coming to an end as it was. It was only about a minute and a half longer before our team steamrolled, but it's always a little disappointing when you get absolutely obliterated for taking a step 2 inches outside of cover. I mean, we spent that entire game holding and fighting the enemy to make one aggression and get nuked for it. So, oh well. Welcome to World of Tanks, where camping is your latest departure. It's one of the reasons I still struggle on World of Tanks, because I am an aggressive player. I come from World of Tanks Blitz, where playing aggressive rewards you once you have cleared, you know, a certain portion of the map. But on PC, if there are tanks that are somewhere else, they can still instantly nuke you just by making one aggression. So, something you always got to keep in mind. Okay, well, we're on an interesting map, being Erlenberg. And we are, well, I'm not sure what I want to do. The Bliskovica is not a tank you want to camp in, because when you camp, you deal very little damage. In fact, we can see the minimum damage it can deal, which goes down to 300. In fact, you can deal less than that. Technically, the min roll, you can probably get around 250, which is kind of crazy low. So because of that, you do not want to play this tank passive, unless you want to be sitting at 5 damage. So, instead, I like to play my Bliskovica pretty aggressive. Now, it's a fairly quick tank, which is nice, and not only does it have a decent amount of speed, but it also has really good armor. So you shouldn't have to worry too much about, at least, you know, not being able to get in a position or, getting penned every single shot that gets fired at you. So what are we going to do here? Well, we can see the Manticore. We can see a whole bunch of Rooney of tanks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to position my tank right here. And this spot should be perfect for my Bliskovica, because anything that tries to roll around this corner right here is going to be absolutely bonked. So we'll see how this works out for us. Come on, somebody roll around this corner. What do they have? Well, only 2 heavies, and, well, we'll see if anything does end up poking this corner. For now, we play the waiting game. Oh, we do have an E4 spotted, and I'm not spotted myself, which is good and bad, I guess. The bad is that we spotted the E4 without being detected ourselves. But at least he doesn't know, exactly what it is. All right, well, we keep chilling right here. Oh, there it is, 726 into the enemy E4. And our chieftain gets a pennant as well. And we're going to reload. 3, 2, 1. Bonk. There you go. That's 1,362 health off of that tank. Just like that. We have the enemy Hori in front, and we're just going to fire it right at his lower plate. 669, but we love artillery. Ooh boy, Artie still the #1 ruiner of fun in this game. Well, the 57 Heavy gets 1 shell into the enemy, and bonk. Oof, there you go. That's gotta hurt ya. Just like that, we are at 2,700 damage. I mean, think about that. This game has lasted from when we started shooting less than a minute, and yet we're at this much damage. Now, I am going to back up, and the reason why is because they do feature some nasties. Now, we have the E4 over here, and I'm just going to roll right over to this spot. We're going to aim in where that E4 is. Oh, actually, you know what? The E4 is not looking at me as of now. So I wonder, ooh, that works even better. 760 damage into the enemy T10 And he does not realize the mistake that he has made. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! He also tried snapping the shell. Oh, my god, though. Artie really just... isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? We love Artie. If I didn't get hit by that artillery, I wouldn't have gotten hit by that 183. So think of it like that. I still cannot understand how people think dealing with Artie is fun in this game. You get punished for making plays. That's the best way to describe it. That's how I describe it, at least. You want to be an aggressive player, you want to play for your team, well, guess what? You're going to be shot. Well, that player's dead, and I'm going to make a rather... I'm going to go for it. This is an aggressive play, but sometimes you got to make plays to get the job done. So the teammate there gets the clear, and we make it across. Woof! We do spot that Manticore, but we're safe. We have the Leopard, and we're doing pretty fine so far. I am a little cautious, though, because they got some deadly vehiculars, and I know from where the 183 shot me from, but he's somewhere over here. So I don't want to be in a position where that 183 can obviously just nuke me. We're going to wait. Oh, there's the enemy 4005. However, I'm not able to hit that. The 4005 is just low enough down that we can't hit him. Nope. Okay. Well, the problem is, again, at distance, this tank is incredibly useless. So we'll move up a bit. See what we can do. Here we go. The Leopard most likely fell back. We're going to move up ourselves just a teeny bit. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze right in over here. And this should be a pretty effective spot for our tank. Could load an HE, but I don't think that's necessary. We do have the Manticore over here. And oh, there's the 4005. Aiming. Oh, well, bruh. We get 1,800 assistance. That's pretty good. I mean, I can't get too mad about that, can I now? We aim it on the enemy Manticore. 3, 2, 1. We got our shell. Ooh, not bad. You know what? Again, like, your damage per shot massively decreases over distance. But we hit him, and we did a decent amount of damage, so I can't get too mad. Alright, we should be unspotted at this point. Artie again. We truly love artillery. The most fun and engaging aspect of World of Tanks. Oh, the GW is going to be shot. and hopefully killed. I'm going to move over to him, and we're going to see if I'm able to shoot him. Here we go, aiming right where he was. However, I'm not able to hit him from there. It's pretty funny when you actually think about it. Alright, well, he's getting absolutely nuked, and oof, we're going to move up. Hopefully that 183 doesn't kill me, but we're about to find out. We're going to roll over here. There's the T92. Yeah, El Bozo. You will not be missed. And that means all that's left is the enemy FE2 and 5B183, who is sitting in one of these bushes over here, but we're not able to get any more damage. Pretty good game, though. 4,400 dealt, and we assisted 2,000 because we actually had that enemy 4005 spotted. We didn't do much apart from push, but we pushed quite effectively. I learned my lesson from the first game from over-aggressing, but yet we actually did the same damage as our previous game, just because we had a bit more of a free farm. This is not a great map for the Bliskowice. It's not bad, but the problem is, once you win the town, you're stuck in a situation where you can't really close the gap between your opponents, so you don't have that opportunity to rip out damage, because I only did 400 to that Manticore, for example. Still, we did pretty good. 4,900 DPM on this tank is insane. Personally, as I've said in the past, I think the Bliskowice is an overpowered tank. We can see from the 3 games I played, decent 3,600 average damage, but I think this tank's overpowered. I think the ability to deal 800 damage with a 10-second reload, fairly good accuracy, insane levels of shell velocity, and good gun depression with solid armor makes this tank insane. I think it really does. It has no hatches, apart from like that tiny hatch, but if you're using gun depression, that's what you see. Like, I just think this tank's insane. I would highly recommend, if you want to grind an absolute beast, you go for the Bliskowice. It definitely rewards players like me who are more aggressive. There's a lot of passive players out there, and passive players don't grind this tank. If you're going to sit in your spawn and think that this is a normal tank destroyer, then you're going to regret it, because you're going to get no damage whatsoever. But if you play like me, you play aggressive, and you use that damage per shot effectively, you're going to farm. And we can see that. I think the whole line is great. I think the key Lana is overpowered, which I've talked about in the past as well. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!